And we got the Fed with, a dovish dot plot. So it looks like there are going to be a series of, maybe two more cuts through the rest of the year. So it's the path of interest rate expectations that's important. So that has been an important catalyst in the past for alt season. So, a couple of things lining up that, the halving analysis says that we're approaching the end of the cycle. You get alt season at the end of the cycle, and alts are pushing higher and not giving back their gains. And the stock market is at all-time highs and just drifting higher every single day. And we're seeing the Russell start to break out. So those interest rate sensitive items in the Russell are likely to outperform the S&P. And we're seeing massive adoption from institutions that it's just beginning. So, all of these things taken together tell me that, we're probably going to see some type of euphoria, over the next couple of months. But, and here's the big but, is Ben Cowen going to be right? I really hope not. Do we see a rotation into Bitcoin first? Is there one final rotation into Bitcoin before we get full-blown euphoria? I certainly hope not, but if there is to be a rotation into Bitcoin before euphoria really kicks in, I think that it would be because of the dollar bouncing higher. And I
Yeah.
don't think that the dollar holds on to those gains if it bounces. So,
See,
If
one
for,
like sign like you mentioned, ETH, Bitcoin, ETH and Bitcoin is outperforming Bitcoin on a
right.
weekly, and I can see it. But if I put Solana and ETH terms, like still not outperforming. So for me, that's the like I wanted to see break in the like the same thing that ETH did to Bitcoin. We need to see Solana do to ETH,
It's
and that
starting. You're seeing the very beginning of it. Yep.
at the beginning, right? But the 200-day moving average, is trading under those things. And like somebody wise told me, nothing good happens.
Nothing, nothing good ever happens below the 200 day. Yeah, man. So,
yeah, but the
maybe
reason
Ben, yeah,
why I ask it is because I'm really missing the sentiment among people. It's really not there. People are not even.
right,
I
right.
predict
But when
last year up to
but
the
Yuri,
election.
when the sentiment becomes euphoric, that's when it's already over,
Yeah,
So,
but for example, last year we had the elections, and there was the sentiment going, "Hey, if it becomes Trump, it was already there," and blah, and you people talked, and now it's just like nothing. No one. Also, my older DGen friends from and to that, nothing, nothing. I just that's
you're
for me.
right.
It's so
You're
silent.
right.
I completely miss that. So for me, it's like, are they coming back? Will they? I've no, I just missed that.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. We're not seeing, retail buying this rip. We're not really not. I don't think we're seeing that. And we're definitely not seeing, you know, last cycle, I remember on TikTok and Instagram, nonstop, my feed was flooded with, people talking about, I made $1 million on Dogecoin, or look, I just turned 500 into 500,000 on whatever coin. My feed was flooded with that stuff, screenshots of gains, massive wins, like constant. I just don't see that right now. But I think it's a good thing that we don't see that right now, because by the time you see stuff like that, the
Right.
tops are in. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's better not to, and the market is still sober. Like
yeah, definitely.
grinding higher or melting up higher slowly, slowly. Like it's so boring that we don't feel it. Like you click on it like last week, Avalanche AVAX was about $23. Now it's like $35 and keeping the profit. It's not selling off. Like even Bitcoin drops and it stays at 35 bid. So that there is a big powerful bid out there, but it's slowly, slowly.
So, what comes to mind here is what I think is the risk. And I think the risk is that long end yields push higher and the dollar bounces. But I also remember that Bitcoin has in the past ripped higher even in the face of an appreciating US dollar. So Sometimes you can be told, what the number is ahead of time and still not know how to trade it because you don't know what the market's reaction is going to be. So just because I think that the dollar bouncing would be negative for risk assets doesn't mean that that's what the market thinks. So yeah, I mean, look, if ETH gets above $5,000 and holds above $5,000, then alt season will arrive, I think, because you'll see the rotation. People will take their money in ETH and they'll buy whatever they buy with it. So I'm just trying to identify what are the items I want to buy in addition to ETH. And it's been really, really difficult to justify buying something instead of ETH. Maybe Solana, maybe some of these stablecoin plays, maybe some infrastructure plays. There are very, very few that I'm seriously considering. And it's got to be outperforming ETH. That's the thing for me. Like, if I price it in ETH terms, if it's not outperforming ETH, then it's like, well, why would I allocate to something that's more volatile and not outperforming the asset that I believe in most? So
Yeah, like
that's the
January,
thing.